good evening, everyone, and welcome to Inspire Talk. You know, when you see my face, it is time to get down with the get down. I am so excited because, y'all, we are officially 7 days away from the Power of Self Love retreat, and I am so excited. It is so much going on in the in the background. I mean, we got vendors and we got sponsors and we got, oh my god, if y'all have not got y'all tickets, please go over to Eventbrite, sign up and get y'all tickets. We are still selling tickets. We still have room for you. We are opening our arms to each and every one of you, so make sure y'all go on over to Eventbrite and get started. Now, with that being said, I'm excited about tonight because here we go. We got another night where we have another one of our sponsors. I'm so excited about this because I think everybody is excited about this young man that's going to be at the event because he is about to touch our souls in so many different ways. I'm so excited. So I am going to bring up none other than Dr. Jerrel Jones. He is the owner of the Cryo Factor. I want to say spa massage. I don't know what to say, but he about to bless our souls. Dr. Jones,
Hi, hi,
Dr.
hi.
Jerrel, hey, how you doing on today?
You're doing well. How about yourself, Shonda?
I am great. I am great. I am so excited. Now we know we've been talking back and forth through emails, and the crazy part is we in the same state.
Yeah, definitely.
So I am. What I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm so excited. We're 7 days away. Uh, it's going to be an amazing event. But before we get into the event, everything, I want people that don't know you already, that's tuning in, I want them to know you. So if you can, go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Dr. Jerrel Jones. Like I said, I'm the owner of the Chiropractor. If you didn't know, chiro means hand, and that's a chiropractor is one who works with their hands to take care of you, basically. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
other use chiropractors use for instrumentation as well, have to move those joints and bones for you. But yeah, I'm a native of Atlanta. Been born and raised here. Went to Southwest DeKalb High School. Then turned it over to Georgia Southern down in Statesboro from there. And then came back and was in the banking industry for a little bit, getting started with life. And
Mm-hmm.
then, as things changed, they took stuff away from me. And I think in America, and I thought then I ended up working at Piedmont Hospital. That's how I got into healthcare. I was at Piedmont Hospital for 12 years, and then I started talking about right size at that time of life, looking at massage therapy as my man. And so I started doing massage back in 2010. And then my first job as a massage therapist ended up being in
Now, Dr. Jarrell, you sound a little muffled, so I can't hear you all the way. You sound a little muffled.
Can you hear me a little better now?
Yeah, that's better now.
All
Okay,
right,
now
sorry
say
about
what you
that.
just said.
No, I was saying I went to Georgia Southern University and I
Mm-hmm.
graduated from there. And then my first real job was with Bank South. I was in the banking industry for some years. And once Bank South got bought out by Bank of America, looking for a job, ended up working for Piedmont Hospital. And
Mm-hmm.
I was there for 12 years. And once they started talking about wanting the right size, as they say, and that time I decided to look into massage therapy and then I became a massage therapist. And so I've been
Okay.
doing that for 12 years, 13 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But then my first official place I worked at as a massage therapist was with a chiropractor. And so they thought I would be good as a good chiropractor. So they set me up to go check out Life University. And that was kind of history from there. So now I'm a massage therapist and a chiropractor, trying to help people to stay well and feel well.
Oh, that's what's up. So all of this started by just going to a massage therapy school, and then they was like, "Oh, I think you could do better in this position," and then they just pushed you to be in that. Now, how long did it take you to get your credentials, far as all together?
Well, when we talk about just massage, of course, well, it took me a year part time overnight for massage, and uh, the one exam is required for that. And once I
Mhm.
got to Life University, doing the slow pace for them, it took me 5 years. But their programs set for 3.5 years. Like they tell you, they feed you knowledge like with a fire hose. So
Mhm.
having a 25-hour quarter as a norm is kind of something else. So
Mhm.
I worked that down to about 20 for myself. But then, the trials of college and that kind of thing, and trying to maintain a family as well along the way. Uh,
Mhm.
Make things last a little longer, but yeah, as I say, just persevere till you get where you need to be.
Right. And that's so true. That is so true. So why is it so important for a lot of people to see a chiropractor? Because I know I hear it a lot, and people be saying, okay, you need to go get your back cracked, or you need to go get your neck, you did this. Why is it so important to have a chiropractor in your life?
Well, the main reason or main purpose of a chiropractor is to check out and make sure there's no interference in your nervous system. Because once we look sleep a long time and wake up and have a crick in our neck, we need a chiropractor.
Right,
Because
right.
sometimes that crick don't just work itself out, and it's like, okay, well, I had this for a few days. When hey,
Mhm.
I'm going to my chiropractor so I can help get that bone back where it needs to be. That it
Mhm.
got out of place from sleeping in a certain position for so long. So
Mhm.
as it was explained to me, we're like little rockets on our different journeys in life, and so we need a little correction to stay on course and everything. That's what a chiropractor does. Just kind of help make sure everything's there's nothing interfering with your course of action, so you can make sure you're taking care of what you take care of at the best of your ability. You know.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, look, I need to tell my husband he need to set up an appointment to come see.
Yeah.
So, how long have you had the chiropractor?
Well, I started that once I graduated in 2020. Looking in my living room with the pandemic going on,
Okay.
to be in my living room for chiropractic graduation. But that's when
Hmm.
I started my business there,
Hmm.
doing like I said, doing massage, and while I was still finished up getting my licensure for chiropractic, I started with massage as far as the chiropractor was concerned.
Hmm.
So massage and chiropractic definitely go hand in hand because all the bones are moved by the muscles. So
Okay.
if the muscles are tight, then that might cause a bone to be out of place, and vice versa. Um, a bone being out of place will cause the muscle to be tight in
Hmm.
certain situations. And so that's why it's good for us to have both of those things, massage and chiropractic, because sometimes like I said, the chiropractor can adjust your bones, but if they're not, make sure that muscles are being relaxed, sometimes it'll go right back to where it was because the muscle didn't get a chance to relax back. You just move the bone. Now the muscle's not relaxed, so it's going to pull the bone back to where it was in the first place. So it's
Oh.
all
Mhm.
depending on the situation that you're dealing with.
Okay.
But like I said, when you have them both together, then you're able to prolong everything. So you have to get adjusted a little bit less often if you get the
Mhm.
massage along with it. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So with you being a male, because when you sit up here and we talk about self love, and everybody know, self love is self love is what's important. Self love is what's happening. Now, a lot of people think when we talk about self love and we're talking about just loving on you, taking care of you. With you being a man, from a man's perspective,
Mhm.
how is it? What is your, let me say it this way, what is your take on self love from a man's perspective?
Very interesting question. Because oddly enough, that's what I've been trying to focus on myself, trying to be take better care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So loving yourself is one first a thing of just taking pride in the fact that you want to take care of yourself, that you really do love yourself. So it's in the So I think of it as thinking of things that you need to do to help you to be the best you can be. Like trying to eat the right foods that are good for your body, which is one of the hardest things out there to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then making sure you're exercising and taking care of your body because we were made to move. We're not made to sit in these chairs that we're in all the time. God made us to be in the garden and run around and see beautiful things.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need to be able to do those things. Being able to stretch and take care of our bodies in that way. Uh, you know, Even being able to, sometimes self love to me, loving other people is self love in my own book because when I'm taking care of somebody else, it helps me
Mm-hmm.
feel better because I'm making somebody else feel better. And so different folks have their own way of making themselves feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so you have to look and see what's going to make you feel best, but then also look at the basics of what your body just needs anyway. Because I know since I started having chiropractic care, it's like I was having on a regular basis. I rarely had colds and things of that nature. That's why you hear about those who get chiropractic or chiropractic saying, oh well, I don't want to have take the medications and the different things of that nature because
Mm-hmm.
hey, God made our body to be able to adapt to anything. And so
Mm-hmm.
we are able to adapt to stuff, but if we have that interference, it's hard for us to adapt, or we won't be able to adapt. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
the point of having, chiropractic there so we can make sure we're able to adapt to the changing world.
So would you so I heard you say that it's hard to adapt. So and like I said, as we're going into, and I'm gonna call this going into self-love week because we're 7 days away, so we're going into self-love week. um as I stated, a lot of people think that men don't struggle with different things that's going on with their life because some men can lose themselves as well as women can, because they so focused on taking care of everybody else and not focusing on taking care of themselves as well. Have you ran into like that issue with yourself? Because I heard you say you're trying to do that as well right now. What are some of the steps that you're doing to focus on self love and self wellness for yourself?
Well, uh, that's been a little bit of struggle for me to the extent to tell you the truth. Um, you know, um, I know I think of self love as um, one. You got like I said, the mental aspect of self love is I think the number one thing we have to look at because if we don't value ourselves, then
Mm-hmm.
we begin to devalue ourselves and put our value in other people. And then
Mm-hmm.
when those other people devalue us, then we think less of ourselves and we shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so um, there's that aspect of things, and then there's the just the aspect of the need to want to be around other people and everything because we need to be around other people. Just being by yourself all the time isn't the best thing either. So having that balance is also a thing trying to work out that for yourself. But I know for me, I've been trying to, just incorporate, hey, like I say, get into the gym for myself to be better, just because I'm working so much now, and like I said, trying to eat better and like really look at making my own meals because you don't know what folks are putting in anything that's being cooked that you don't
Mm-hmm.
see cooked. Uh, and it's like, why am I gaining weight for this stuff? It doesn't seem like I should be.
Right.
And so really trying to really focus in on these little minute details in your life to see what's going to be best, and having some people to talk to get some things off your chest when you're not, might not be feeling up to par. Just to have some folks to share and get those things off your chest with, so you don't play with your own mind in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like I said, as well as hey, find yourself a good massage therapist. Say, hey, which I'm looking for one myself. I need to go and get one because it's something like I said. When you're in my industry, you look for, hey, can I find somebody that treats me like I treat other people? And
Right.
so that's always a challenge. to an extent. Like I said, you can be critical in those instances, but hey, if you're not getting the care, you can't have anything to get critical about either. So you got to be able
Mhm.
to make that happen. And that's what I am grateful about the chiropractic community. We try to, as chiropractors, try to take care of each other and say, hey, come on, let me take care of you so you make sure you can keep going and don't have to
Mhm.
necessarily worry about it, from a financial aspect of things. And then we do that massage wise too. Hey, let's trade up and make sure we keep going and do what we need to do because we know what's going on. It's hard to get out and do something, but hey, I know I got my coworker right here. Hey, let's go ahead and get this down. Let's make some time to do it. And that's the biggest thing. Hey, setting time apart to say, okay, I'm going to make sure because we put, especially women, we're getting their hair done, we're getting their nails done religiously and everything. But then when it comes to other things, it might not be as diligent about it and stuff. And so it's like, okay, make sure you're taking care of the whole you and not just the external you.
That's good. That's good. Because a lot of people just don't know, like you said, women, they'll get their hair done, their nails done. They make themselves look good on the outside, but they don't want to work on the entire self.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important, and that's for some of you men too that's out there listening. My husband, you have to take care, not just the outer personality. You have to take care of the inner personality as well. Now, I do have a question that came in, and that's what I was looking at. One of the questions that came in was, hold on, I'm trying to read. People be typing fast. What do you recommend for back spasms?
Well, for back spasms, like I said, you come and see your chiropractor. Like I said, we can check and see if there's any vertebrae that are out of place that may be causing that spasm. Because basically, a spasm is basically a twitching in the nerve or interference in the nervous system
Mhm.
for the most part. And so there's something that's causing a nerve to fire off consistently where it shouldn't be. And more than likely, that's a chiropractic issue. I
Mhm.
know in my years of practice, especially as a massage therapist, as I was coming doing chiropractic school, I had folks come to me, hey, I'm going to the doctor. We have all these, we've done tests and everything else, and folks can't figure out what the world's going on and stuff. And we get an adjustment massage. Hey, I'm feeling better. It's like, well,
Mhm.
they didn't look at the simple things and then look at that, and medical doctors discount, massage and chiropractic. For whatever reason. And hey, massage was the basis of all medicine. Everything. That's how I first got
Mhm.
started. And so we got to sometimes go back to the basics to get things, taken care of, and then look at the deeper aspects of things, and that doesn't take care of it.
Mhm. How do you hold on? It's another one. How do you wait? How do you treat a person with neuropathy? I think that's yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Neuropathy, which a lot of times is something that diabetics have. Um, but yeah, like I said, another chiropractic and massage type issue that can be taken care of. Assuming that's neuropathy in the feet, that's just what's felt more often. Um, but it'll be the same kind of thing. More than likely, there's some vertebrae that are in your lumbar that are out of place. Is pressing down on or causing some problems with your sciatic nerve, or you have some tight muscles in conjunction with that need to be relaxed and loosened up so that those nerves can flow through and not be constricted, which is
Mhm.
causing the neuropathy. When you come to diabetes, there's just, like I said, it's a lack of circulation. So then you got to make sure you're exercising, or at least walking, 20, 30 minutes a day to help out with that because your legs can't, well, with veins don't have muscles, and so
Mhm.
they don't push. It's your heart's responsible for pushing all that blood back to your body. So it's not that your veins are able to push it themselves. Where arteries are pushing the blood and have muscles in there to be able to push the blood out to the other areas of the body, but coming back. it's for your heart to be pumping to pull the blood back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So with the legs, if they're not moving those legs and it's being stationary, guess what? The blood's not going to be able to flow back as fast. And so that's where you get the neuropathy, and that's where folks get, foot sores and end up having amputations, all those other kind of things because they're not moving and everything. So, like I said, when we get overweight and those things, and it's harder to move, then that's
Mm-hmm.
when you end up getting those problems. But it's best, hey, whatever moving you can do it. Even if it's stomping your feet and everything, move it.
So you suggest with, because I'm glad you brought that up, especially about diabetics, because I know quite a few people that's a diabetic, and some of them don't move a lot. Some of them, when they do move, they don't move as often. I'm glad you did touch on that they should keep moving. So, what about like in the hands with the cramping and things like that? What do you recommend for that?
Mm-hmm. Um, well, with the hands, it's like I said, a similar thing. You got to keep moving with things. There's a technique called Graston technique. Because the original term was gua sha, which they use, use bones and stones and stuff like that, but more in the Western.
Mhm.
So the Eastern, the Eastern side of the world. Get it
Mhm.
right. So that's where everything originated from that. But you can use those tools to kind of to loosen up the tissue and everything,
Mhm.
so it will help out with the arthritic pain that you may have in your hands or other joint areas and stuff.
Mhm.
So and there's a thing of trying to stretch and so keep the hands and ligaments moving as much as possible, and then try to stretch those things out as well. So you can stretch your hand out, put it up against the wall, and flaring your hands out. And the great thing for that is yoga. So you can do your downward dogs and your upward dogs. Just doing those downward and upward dogs, you're stretching your hands and stuff out, you know,
Mhm.
uh, by default, basically. And it really helps out a lot, which I know I need to get back to myself.
Okay. So I have a question about neck decompressions.
Mm-hmm.
So I always use myself. If I don't use nobody else, I always use myself. So with me, it's like a certain way that I sleep at night. And it's like when I wake up the next day, or maybe 2, 3 days later, I'm not able to look to like the left or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What techniques can I use to do for those decompressions to try to relieve some of those aches, that from the times where I can't look to the left, or I got to do like one of those numbers or something like that? What are some of the things that I can do that, to relieve some of that?
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, besides going to a chiropractor and massage therapist to help loosen those muscles and bones up for you,
Hmm.
um, it would be really light stretching in that particular area. It's kind of like what you probably end up doing. You can let me move to this area as far as I can, and then
Hmm.
kind of stretch the area out. But then again, that's a part of thing of learning how your muscles move and which way to stretch them. So that's the thing to start doing is maybe stretch before you go to bed,
Hmm.
so your muscles are looser while you're sleeping. So then uh, then when you wake up, it won't be hopefully it won't have gotten so tight that it will have a crick. So kind of help out a little bit.
Hmm.
So you make sure you have. I know I'm good before I went to bed, so let me make sure I stretch a little bit and
Hmm.
well, with a lot of bits, so to speak. Because uh, there's this tissue called fascia, you know. So if anybody's cooked chicken, they got that real thin layer of skin that hangs with the fat all the time.
Hmm.
That's fascia. Everybody knows that term. So I say that everybody knows. And
Hmm.
so that encapsulates our muscles and our organs and everything on
Hmm.
every single animal. So all of us have that,
Hmm.
chickens to
Right.
dogs or whatever.
Hmm.
And so um, as we move and continue to do things, that fascia tightens up and everything.
Hmm.
So when you stretch for 10 seconds and you feel like nothing happened, that's because that fascia didn't have no time to stretch out and get loose. Because it's going to take about 60 seconds before that fascia starts to move and
Hmm.
everything. So you got to stretch for a longer time. So a lot of folks think they're stretching, all they're doing is moving. Because I know a lot of folks say, "How are you stretching your neck?" And so, "Oh, I'll do this, and I roll it around like that." And well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're moving your neck, but that's not necessarily stretching your neck. There's different types of stretches. You got,
Mm-hmm.
that can be considered a ballistic stretch. Moving your neck, but you need to have that static stretch as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because neck wise, you got so many muscles that connect to your head and everything, and your back has 6 layers of back muscles and stuff in there, although it doesn't seem like it. And so then
Mm-hmm.
you kind of try to, see which direction you need to move, or how far you need to turn your head to stretch something. So if you want to stretch your muscle on your upper trap muscle, you almost have to go all the way to your arm to the other side, and then come down and feel the stretch there.
Okay, so wait, so I'm finna help demonstrate this. So with me, I have the okay. So you see, I'm kind of high up in here. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
okay. So you said when we do the stretch, so the way that I'm having the pain. So if
Yep.
I
So
have
you're gonna
the
go.
pain
If you had the pain, if you had the pain on the left, you actually want to turn the opposite way because that's going to stretch the muscle on that side.
so you okay, so you want to turn this way,
Right.
okay?
And then you put your head down towards your armpit there, and you use
Okay,
your
so
arm. There you
pull
go.
my head or just look
Yeah,
down.
pull your head.
Okay, so pull my
Pull
head.
your head.
Ooh, okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. I'm learning
And,
something. I
and
feel it.
so yeah, you feel it right there. And
Yeah.
so once you feel like you've already gone as far as you can, what you'll do is
Uh-huh.
you'll push your head back into your hand and give yourself some resistance,
Okay.
and then come back down again with it. That should give you a little further. You got to get a little further in your stretch. And so I suggest people use, instead of counting, use your breath because you got to breathe anyway. Because every time you exhale, you're pushing oxygen into your body and everything. So
Mm.
inhale, and you bring oxygen.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
exhale, you bring it out, and then inhale, you bring it in.
So
So
y'all look,
yeah,
I'm learning something today. So I know how to get that kink out. Okay, I know how to get that kink out my neck. So you said turn it that way and pull it as low as you can, then get
mm-hmm.
yourself some resistance.
Yeah,
And
and
then
come
do
back.
that. That's how you stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I suggest take 3 to 5 breaths and everything. So if you take a nice
Okay.
long deep breath, you're gonna get 5 to 10 seconds out of it. Inhaling
Mm,
and exhaling,
okay.
and that way you're not even counting the bodies because you're gonna breathe anyway. So you
Mm-hmm.
might as well just do it. That way you don't feel like you're taking all this time. Until everybody, I don't have time to get up from my desk to do this, that, and other. You got time to breathe because you're gonna do it anyway. So stand
Mm-hmm.
up, breathe, stretch. If you don't only have time for one breath, okay, well that give you 5 to 10 seconds and stretch a muscle or two, and then get back to work. So that way
Mm-hmm.
you can stay loose and keep going.
Okay. Okay. Now I see, and I know I'm asking some questions. I'm not going, to
Mm-hmm.
ask them all because they can ask you when they come see you next Thursday.
Yeah.
So the question that I have, and I'm asking this question because I sit at my desk a lot. I know my husband, he sits a lot because he's a truck driver. My sister and my brother, they're both truck drivers. What do
Okay.
you suggest when you're sitting in a position for such a long time? So like for me, I sit for like 6 hours. My husband may sit for like when he's driving the truck 12 hours. My sister and them pretty much do the same thing because they're truck drivers. What are some good things that they can do while they're just sitting there driving? What are some things that they can do to kind of relieve those pressures or touch those pressure points while they're going?
Well, the first thing, especially about while driving, is uh, once you crank up your car,
Mm-hmm.
uh, analyze how your hips are located. So a lot of us are rotated one way or another with our hips. Our hips aren't straight. And
Mm-hmm.
so therefore, you end up causing our sacrum to rotate one way or another, and eventually it's going to get stuck,
Mm-hmm.
stay there. Right? What our body does, nobody likes pain.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they really don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
The body doesn't like it, at least mentally, and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
our body, what guys situated our bodies to do is, hey, hey, there's pain over here. Put a little more tissue over there to help this out. If she's putting that purse on this shoulder. She got pain right there. Let's put a little tissue there to help it out. Now you don't feel that pain no more. You went, okay, I just got used to it. So no, not necessarily. Your body helped you out right there. in that
Mm-hmm.
and so when you kind of notice your posture in the seat and everything, because bucket seats help out a little bit just the way they make you sit in there a little bit with the bucket
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it. Um, Depending on whether you got manual or automatic transmissions with the truck drivers and stuff like that, it may be a little bit difficult. But the key with, especially if you know you're doing things for a long time, is to try to definitely stretch as much as you can before you start. If you know you're not going to be moving as much, because
Mhm.
that way your body has time to, instead of it already being tight and starting to just get tighter, and then you
Mhm.
start feeling the nerves and the tightness of muscles, so you're not stretching as much. But beforehand, before you get started, then the first you got the aspect of standing up and doing a little dance, and moving around a little bit for a few seconds before we keep that going. Because I do that. They're getting up 15, 10 minutes afterwards. They get so enthralled in what they're doing. Okay, I know I won't ever get up. So if you know you're not going to get up a lot, then why not look at changing what you're sitting on? You know,
Change what you're sitting on. Okay.
so I was in chiropractic school, and the doctor suggested, hey, why don't you all use your exercise balls as a chair and everything? Because it's going to be cushy and soft. Right? Now you can box and you can dance and do all these kind of things, and it won't have a sturdiness to it as far as just being hard on your bottom and your back and everything.
Mhm.
So now you can move around. You can actually sit longer, but then now you can move your hips and everything because you don't have anything that's so stationary underneath
Mhm.
you and everything. So that will help out with that. So you talk about spending $8, $9 for something from Walmart or Target or whatever, and blowing it up. So they have them made to the size to your height. I didn't realize that till I bought the ball. So I was like, why is this ball so big?
Mhm.
I was like, I have a 6 foot 6 foot ball. It's not gonna work
Uh-huh.
for me.
Uh-huh.
you know. Yeah, so then you can pump it up to what's a good level for you, and make it nice and firm, so you have the firmness of your chair, but not have the rigidity of the chair. So that way you can be able to
Mm,
move around a little bit, and you can actually work your abs a little. You can work some other things, and you have to stabilize your core more, so it'll help you work your core because you gotta help you have to have your posture so you don't fall off the ball and
okay.
everything, and that helps you a little bit more stable. But then, like I said, you shouldn't be in any pain once you get up. Obviously, because I know 9 times out of 10, if you've been sitting for 6 hours, you get up and like, oh my goodness,
Mhm.
I barely.
Yeah,
And I
that's
call it I call
definitely.
it living rigor mortis because it's like, hey, you stay there for so long, and it's like, oh, it's like you cricking, just trying to get back up because
Mhm.
your body's gonna say, hey, let's try to make sure she's not feeling any pain right here while she's doing it. That's why it feels all cushy and good because your body says, okay, put a little extra tissue right there, so she wants to be in this spot, so let's do it. and then you and
Mhm.
then it's a little painful getting up because you got to break the little micro tissues or whatever, like tearing to get up so you can go ahead and do what you got to do and move around again. But
Okay.
like I said, if you have the ball, you're moving all the time and you're still doing your
Yeah,
thing.
because you could be in the chair, you could be moving
Right,
around with the ball in the
right.
chair. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's some good advice. Now, for those of you that are tuning in or just joining in, we are talking to, as you see, Dr. Jerrel Jones. He is a chiropractor and a massage therapist. You guys, if you have questions or anything that you would like to ask him, we're on now. Go ahead and type it in the comments, and we will get those questions asked. But you will see if you are here and you purchased your tickets for the Power of Self Love Retreat, you will be able to see Dr. Jerrel at the Power of Self Love Retreat next week, Thursday on the 20th, where he is going to be demonstrating some of these techniques that he is giving us right now. So, you guys make sure if you ain't got them tickets, make sure y'all get y'all tickets so y'all can come and sit in his chair. Because I know I'm going to be the first one sitting in the chair like I'm here. I'm here. Let's go. Let's do this. So if y'all got questions or anything, we are here. We are live. Y'all can go ahead and put your questions in the comments, and we most definitely will get them answered for you while he's here. So, how did you know this is what you wanted to do?
Well, um, I don't know. When I was, I guess coming up, I don't know, every now and then I rub on some folks' shoulders. Oh, that's pretty. That feels pretty good. This, that, and the other. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I should look into massage because folks seem to like to rub on their shoulders every now and then. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I kind of looked into it. Eventually, I just saw a commercial on TV and said, okay, let me go check this one out. And brought the wife and said, okay, well, look, this is what I'm looking to do. I was looking to get into being a sports massage therapist as well, like to
Mhm.
do. And I was like, hey, I play softball. I was playing softball at the time, and so I was like, well, there's more, everyday athletes than there are professional ones. So I
Mhm.
was taking
Mhm.
care of them and stuff. Um, and so that's kind of how things kind of went. Like I said, I was just looking for a backup plan when I was at Piedmont Hospital and everything. And so it's something I just love to do and everything. Because every time I'm done taking care of a patient, 9 times out of 10 they're feeling better than they did when they came. And so that's why I love having that success aspect of things, of like just helping folks to feel better. And so same thing with chiropractic and everything. It's a matter of, hey, getting you out of pain. Now just working at a deeper level, at the nervous system level of things.
Mhm.
Although even as a massage therapist, you're working with the nerves, because the nerves are what help the muscles and everything to move. But the root of everything is that brain and spinal cord, and those things that come the spinal cord, it being out of place in any of the vertebrae,
Mhm.
can cause something to happen, like a muscle spasm, like was mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
or a
Mhm.
little twitch, or you might not. Well, most folks don't notice that, or even know they're out of alignment. Your body just adjusts to whatever it is, um, uh, whatever's out of place. Because there's a theory called Lovett Brothers with chiropractic. So if your first vertebrae in your head there is turned to the right, your L5 vertebrae at the bottom is going to be turned to the left to counterbalance everything. So it goes like that all the way up your spine, so that you're always balanced. So if one's off, the other one's going to be off the other direction, or whatever, to match it. So that you make sure you feel like you're looking straight
Right.
and
So we
everything.
have a question for you that just popped up. It's from Lynette. She said, "What can I do for swollen ankles because I drive approximately 9 to 11 hours daily?"
Mhm. All right. Uh, so we're talking about doing stuff, assuming after we've done driving the 9, 11 hours. Um, so I don't know if you already are soaking your feet or not. Probably have to do that on a nightly basis and everything. Um, and you can do a little Epsom salt soak, even in some cold water. Some a little ice water to an extent. Make yourself an athlete, as they say.
Mhm.
Um, so no pain, just swelling. Okay, great. All right, so that's beautiful. So you got compression socks, if you're not already wearing those, which folks wear on airplanes and stuff like that to keep swelling down. And so that's something you could wear throughout the day to help keep the swelling down for you. Um, I'm assuming that you're doing an automatic vehicle and stuff, and so uh, you got one leg, you might be able to pop up a little bit uh,
That's
to
that
help
truck
out.
driver I was telling you
Right.
about.
Okay. Right. So we got truck driving. It gets to be a little tough. Um, and so depending on how often you stop, so every time you stop, every time you get out of the vehicle, like I said, if you're able to come on Thursday, I can show you a stretch or two to help out with things, which should also help out with the swelling. But there's one stretch where you just put your ankle on your thigh and lean forward. So this being able to, hey, rest your ankle on your thigh, so some of the blood can rush down uh, back towards your heart and everything. And then maybe make sure you're taking a little walk in between whenever you get a chance to do that. Whenever you get a chance to stop, make sure you're taking a little walk, doing a little calisthenics or something like that, to make sure you're moving your body, that circulation going. That's where that swelling is coming from. This lack of, circulation, like I was telling you about. And so, if you can get a chance where you got it, where you can pat your feet, or stop your feet while you're driving a little bit, then do that. 'Cause I don't know if you got some cruise control, and that can help you
Mm.
out there. So that way you can,
She laughed. I
do a
think
little
she
market.
laughing at that part where you said rest your ankle on your thigh. I think she
Right, right. And so that'll actually stretch the back of your leg, which is good for those folks that have sciatic nerve pain and everything. That stretches the main area where the sciatic nerve comes down. That particular stretch, but that's good for
oh,
those folks.
so you recommend, so with her driving as much as she do, Uh, do you think it's best for her to wear like compression socks while she drive, or?
Yes, I would say we wear the compression socks while she drives, because that'll help out with everything. Because like I said, she's not able to. Like I said, she walks about 30 minutes a day. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's like when she gets a chance to walk, maybe might not be to the end of the day. If she's walking before the beginning of the day, that's good. But then, like I said, we know the swelling's going on, so there still need to be some more throughout the day um, happening. So it's something you definitely have to work with to try to figure out. So like I said, if you one thing you probably definitely want to do is try to pay attention to, okay, when do you start noticing the swelling throughout the day and everything as well. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
paying attention to the swelling, you say, okay, hey, I know I need to start doing this, or thinking about, okay, what am I eating throughout the day? It could be causing the swelling and stuff
Mm-hmm.
too, um, because that could be something that's involved as well. So it's a combination of things that could cause swelling.
Okay, so I did hear you say when we first talked about it. You said try to do so. This is for anybody that's sitting down, like you said, a long period of time. If you're just joining in, if you're sitting down for a long period of time, for those that like sit at the desk, for me, he said get a ball. Get one of those exercise balls you put in the chair
Mm-hmm.
because you can move. Now for drivers, I did hear him say, and I'm gonna tell my husband he needs to do this too. Before you get behind the wheel and drive, try to stretch. He said do some stretches
Mm-hmm.
and everything before you get all that type of ball. Ooh,
Yeah, exercise ball like
oh, that type of ball.
that.
Ooh,
Uh huh.
Dr.
Yeah.
Jerrel, how that ball gonna fit in the seat with me? I'm gonna be sitting on the
No,
end
you,
of the
you you
seat.
just sit on the ball and move the seat.
Oh, move the seat.
The ball will be your seat.
Okay, move the seat and then use the
Yeah.
ball as the chair.
Chair, right.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
got you. Okay, so
Yeah. Switch up, do that
okay,
myself.
I got you.
I'm a little low, but
Got you. Okay, so that means when I work, I'm gonna have to pull my computer down, and then yeah, okay.
yeah.
So
Well,
you
yeah. Well, like I said, they have this ball is kind of flat, so it's
said,
just a matter of you pumping it up and everything. So you should be able to get it where it's pumped up, and if it's nice and full and tight,
mm-hmm.
you'll be up in whatever level you are. Because like I said, they got them made to the height of the person. So.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, so like he said, y'all stretch before you go to work. Stretch when in the morning before you get behind. Like he said, if you're sitting for a long period of time, make sure you guys do a lot of stretching before you sit. And if you can, work those muscles. Work those muscles. I told y'all. He gonna give y'all some good nuggets when he come next week. Y'all better get here so y'all get these nuggets. Get these nuggets. And I do know that Dr. Jerrel is working on getting, some coupons and things together. So that's going to be available to you all next week as well when you come to the retreat. For those of you can't make it, I'm sorry. You'll have to catch him on the next round. I think he most definitely will try to come back if we do have it again. If not, y'all can set up appointments for him.
So,
That's the best thing to do is set up an appointment with him. So, Dr. Jerrel, so before I let you get up out of here, and Lynette said thank you so much.
you're
Before
welcome.
I let you get up out of here, if the people would like to connect with you, get in contact with you, where can they go to get that information? Where can they go?
The best way to, of course, you can always call me directly, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my number is 404-936-5770. And you can reach out to my website is thechiropactor.com. And
Okay,
then,
I'm putting that information in.
of course, you can email me, Dr. Jerrel at thechiropactor.com.
I can spell. I can't even spell right now. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said,
Typing on it.
like I said, call or text is the quickest way, and that's also the cell number that I gave you.
Okay. So there is the number. I'm gonna put it up so people can see. That's the phone number right there. And then you see the email as well, the chiropractor factor.com. You guys
That's
can
right.
go there. And then he said, hold on, he did give me the email address. What was that email address again?
Yeah, Dr. Jerrel, Drjerrel
Mhm.
at the chiropractor.com.
There it is. So you guys, if y'all need to email him, you guys can always go there to email him, and then his information is up there as well.
Okay.
So you guys have all of that information, and it will stay in the comments. So if you guys, if you tune in later, you'll see all of his information in the email. So Dr. Jerrel, this has been very informative. I am so excited that you are part of our sponsors that's going to be a part of the event. You guys, as I stated before, make sure you guys come on out, be a part of this amazing event. You'll see Dr. Jerrel, you get to know him. He'll, demonstrate on you what it is that he do, and set up an appointment with him if you need to. He's here for you. He's going to, as I stated, give you demonstration, and then he's going to have some little things for you when you come down here too, some information. So make sure you guys come on, be a part of this amazing event, the Power of Self Love, next Thursday, July the 20th at the La Quinta Inn and Suites in Sandy Springs. Y'all see my post everywhere, so just make sure y'all click on one of them posts and just be a part of it. So, Dr. Jerrel, what we like to do here on Inspiration 98.7, we like to leave somebody, we have our guests to leave the people with the inspiration for the day. What would you tell the people that are looking up to you right now that wants to be where you are and do what you're doing? What would be some good wisdom for them?
Mm, good. Um, well, good wisdom is, uh, basically, faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the fruit of things not seen. And you definitely have faith in where you want to go. Trust God with it. I know I wasn't thinking about being a chiropractor; it wasn't on my radar.
Wow.
I was like, I knew it was God. I was working on a massage therapist in the airport, and the guy said, "You ever thought of being a chiropractor?" I was like, "Well, I just touched you on your back. How you would thought with a chiropractor?" So it's like sometimes, God knows where He wants you to be or whatever. And it's just making sure your eyes are open to see where God wants you to be. Um, but yes, definitely just having faith and learning how to figure out where God's trying to take you and know where the direction is He wants you to go. Because sometimes, like I said, I didn't even set myself up to even go to the chiropractic school. Somebody else did it for me and said, "Hey, here's your login. This is the date. This is when you're supposed to be going." Sometimes you gotta just, I'll say, "Okay," and
Mm-hmm.
follow instructions.
I'm trying to tell you. He said, "Knock and the door shall be open." Look at that.
Mhm. Yep, most definitely. Most definitely.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jerrel, for being a part of tonight's show. I can't wait to see you next week. It's going to be amazing. Um, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Inspire Talk right here on Inspiration 98.7. Y'all have a great day. Oh, there it is. I don't know what happened. We got to talking about other stuff and it just blinked out and came back. So I don't know what just happened. But I was thanking everybody for tuning in to this great show. And as I stated, catch Dr. Jerrel here with us next Thursday at the Power of Self Love Retreat. Thank you guys for tuning in. And you guys always stay safe. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Talk to you soon.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.